Asians here. And everybody on Earth is in terror at this point. They're hiding in the mountains and rocks and dens and caves and hiding. Why are they hiding? Because they're in terror. They're in fear. And at the same time, then you have a little bit of a space of quiet, maybe a season or half a season. And you have the sealing of 144,000 Israelites. And you have the arrival of the two witnesses, the last day's two witnesses, which I believe to be Enoch, Elijah, or John, a mixture of those two. Enoch, Elijah, and John, because in Revelation it says John will again prophesy into all nations, kings, kindreds, and tongues. And so it's been prophesied that John will preach again. But we know Enoch and Elijah never died. No one knows that John died. No one knows that he did. He died in exile. And so no one even knows that he died. Maybe he was taken up in a chariot too. I don't know. I just know what the Bible says, and it says John's going to prophesy again. And so anyway, we have the first four horsemen, the riders of the horsemen, the first four seals. Then you have this huge earthquake, alien beings falling down to the earth, the kings of the earth, every free man, every person on earth hiding from fear, because we have alien beings invading the earth and demonic beings, beasts of the earth invading, killing and going and attacking mankind. And they've always been here, but we have not seen them, and they've hidden under the earth. In the last days, they come up on the earth, and we're going to see them. There's no more hiding, no more veils, so that people can't see into the spiritual realm. You're going to be able to see some of the things that I've seen all my life, and it's ugly, and it's going to be wild. People are going to be in fear. And then you have, like I said, the sealing of the 144,000, 12,000 each from the 12 tribes of Israel. The two witnesses are anointed and stood up. And then at the same time you have the trumpet, the 7 trumpet judgments. And I don't know of one Protestant pastor who doesn't put the trumpet judgments after Satan's on earth. That's the way I've always been taught them. But when you look at the timeline of the woes that are given, and the words themselves in Revelation, these trumpet judgments take place before Satan even arrives. And so it's very interesting. And just look at the sheer destruction. Because in Revelation 9 itself, we're talking about 2 different types of beings invading the earth. One group of beings given 5 months, and then the other group of beings are going to be able to kill a third of mankind. And so you've got 5 months of torment, and then when the torment stops, then you've got a 200,000 invasion of other demonic beings have the power to not torment you but kill you. Because for the first 5 months, no one dies. No one dies under that torment. You're just going to be tasered. You're going to be driving, flying around, these little things they're flying around and tasering everybody. That's to me could be the same thing as what John's trying to talk about, the sting of a scorpion. And then you've got these 200,000 which will outright kill you with smoke and fire and brimstone that they can spew out of their mouth, spit out of their mouth, whatever. And so at the same time you have the 2 witnesses with the same type of power to be able to destroy with fire coming out of their mouth to destroy their enemies, to try to kill them. It's their protection. And so that's wild. And so all this is going on. All this is going on. Satan arrives. Satan arrives. And so, yeah. So the timeline is there, folks. I'm going to leave it there tonight so you can digest the timeline. The seals, first 6 seals, first 7 trumpet judgments, the arrival of the 2 witnesses, the sealing of both groups of 144,000 having taken place by then, and all that happening before Satan even arrives on earth. And so I find it very, very, very interesting. I'll just try to get a timeline. Now, some of you are thinking back, when's the first group taken? The 144,000. And I got a question from an email listener, because she said, one week you said there is no rapture, and then the next week you say there is. No, let's rephrase rapture. Because there is no general huge church rapture. The church has been teaching that all the believers are going to be raptured off the earth before Satan arrives, before the tribulation period even starts. It's hogwash. The first fruits rapture of 144,000 is first mentioned in Revelation chapter 14. That's talking about a specific number of people, 144,000 of the Lord's elect. And His elect are His incarnated angels on earth as humans that are here as humans now. That's why He'll never lose the elect. The elect are incarnated angels on earth, living as humans with a purpose, a role to play in these last days. They're His warriors, and they will be taken off of the earth shortly, somewhere in the seals. I believe shortly before Maitreya and Sananda arrive, and they're sent back to earth. But you can read in Revelation 14 where they're taken off the earth. First fruits of the Lord's, and so then you have the finishing up of the seal judgments, the sealing of the other group, the 2 witnesses arriving, and then the seven trumpet judgments taking place. So that's a lot of stuff going on before Satan even arrives on earth. And so, I challenge you to get into the book of Revelation. Read it alongside with the prophets, Joel, Zechariah, Isaiah. The Old Testament prophets will give you a bigger clue as to what's going on in the last days. And it's just very interesting info. Just eye-opening exactly how much takes place before Satan arrives. So you almost kind of see this good cop, bad Antichrist, good Antichrist thing coming into play. We often mention maybe they'd have a bad Antichrist coming, claiming he's God, and then they destroy him and say, oh no, that was Satan, and we destroyed him, and now God's here. And then they bring out Satan as as God, the good guy scenario. So then everybody falls for him. Oh yeah, we killed the bad one. We killed this Maitreya. He was the bad one or whatever, and now you got God. I don't know how they're gonna do it. But I always had that in the back of my mind, playing a bad Antichrist, good Antichrist scenario. And so, anyway. Until next week, everybody. I'm not going to get to questions tonight. May get to those next week. Or just spend an entire show doing nothing but questions. Because I just want to get into the information. And I've heard a lot of feedback on this, people enjoying a lot of these teaching shows. I think I'm just going to end it here. Lot to digest. Go through it, and I'll tell you the chapters you can read. Chapters 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 14, because 14 actually happens before Satan even arrives. You can get into perspective those chapters there. And the next week we'll pick it up as Satan arriving. And so it gets interesting. Alright, everybody. Until then, yeah, bless.